I didn't expect Vietnam to look like this. When most people think about Vietnam, they imagine crowded cities, thousands of motorbikes, busy markets, street food on every corner, or endless tropical beaches. And honestly, that's exactly what I expected too. But then I decided to travel north, far beyond the famous cities, far beyond the beaches, into the mountains. What I discovered completely changed the way I see Vietnam. It was quieter, wilder, more authentic, and far more beautiful than I ever imagined. Today, I want to take you on a journey through a side of Vietnam that surprisingly few international travelers ever experience. A place where clouds roll across mountain peaks, where villages seem to float above the valleys, where ancient traditions are still part of everyday life. Welcome to the mountains of northern Vietnam. The journey begins long before you reach your destination. Leaving behind the noise of the city, the landscape slowly begins to change. Tall buildings disappear, the roads become narrower, the air becomes cooler, rice fields begin to replace concrete. Then the mountains appear, first in the distance, then all around you. With every kilometer, Vietnam reveals another side of itself, a side that feels untouched, a side that feels timeless. And before long, you realize this isn't simply another road trip, it's the beginning of an entirely different experience. Northern Vietnam is home to some of the most spectacular mountain landscapes in Southeast Asia. This region stretches across countless valleys, winding mountain passes, ancient forests, and remote villages that have existed for centuries. Places like Sapa, Ha Giang, Mu Cang Chai, Et, Bac Ha, each one offers something unique, yet they all share one thing in common: an incredible connection between people and nature. Unlike many modern destinations, life here still follows the rhythm of the mountains. The sunrise signals the beginning of work, the changing seasons determine daily life, and the land provides almost everything people need. One of the first things that surprised me was the silence. In many countries, silence is difficult to find, but here, it's everywhere. Standing on a mountain ridge, you hear only the wind moving across the terraces, birds calling from nearby forests, water flowing gently through the valleys below. It's a kind of silence that feels peaceful rather than empty, a silence that allows you to notice details you would normally miss. The scent of fresh mountain air, the sound of bamboo leaves rustling, the distant laughter of children walking home from school. These simple moments become unforgettable memories. As I traveled deeper into the mountains, the scenery became even more extraordinary. Towering peaks stretched endlessly towards the horizon. Clouds drifted through the valleys like giant rivers of white. Waterfalls appeared beside winding roads. Every turn seemed to reveal another breathtaking landscape. And then, the rice terraces. Thousands upon thousands of carefully carved terraces wrapped around entire mountains. Some were bright green, others glowed golden beneath the afternoon sun. Each one built by generations of local families using nothing more than determination, patience, and an intimate understanding of nature. Looking across these mountains, it was impossible not to admire what human hands had accomplished. But what truly makes northern Vietnam unforgettable isn't only the scenery, it's the people. Across these mountains live many ethnic communities, each with its own traditions, clothing, language, and customs. In small villages hidden among the valleys, life continues much as it has for generations. Children run along narrow paths between rice fields. Farmers work side by side from sunrise until evening. Markets become gathering places where families meet, trade, and celebrate. Visitors are often welcomed with genuine smiles rather than rehearsed hospitality. Everything feels real. Nothing feels rushed. And perhaps that's what leaves the deepest impression. One morning, I woke before sunrise. The mountains were completely hidden beneath thick clouds. For a moment, it seemed like there was nothing to see. Then, slowly, the first rays of sunlight appeared. The clouds began to move. Mountain peaks emerged one after another. Entire valleys revealed themselves beneath a sea of white. It looked less like Earth, more like another planet. No photograph would truly capture the feeling of standing there, watching nature quietly transform before your eyes. Moments like this remind you why people travel in the first place, not simply to see new places, but to feel something new. As the days passed, I realized something important. Northern Vietnam isn't about rushing from one attraction to another. It's about slowing down, walking instead of driving, listening instead of talking, watching instead of scrolling. The mountains teach patience, the villages teach simplicity, the people teach gratitude, and together they create an experience that's difficult to describe until you've lived it yourself. Many travelers come to Vietnam for only a week. They visit the famous landmarks, take beautiful photographs, and then leave. But beyond those well-known destinations lies another Vietnam, a quieter Vietnam, a wilder Vietnam, one filled with hidden valleys, mountain roads, cloud-covered peaks, and unforgettable encounters. It's a place that asks for your time, but rewards you with memories that last far longer than any souvenir. Standing high above the mountains on my final evening, watching the sun disappear behind endless layers of peaks, I realized this journey was only the beginning. Because every mountain hides another valley, every valley hides another village, every village tells another story. And together, we'll explore those stories together. From the legendary rice terraces of Muang Valley to the dramatic roads of Ha Giang to villages above the clouds where life has barely changed for generations. This is the Vietnam most visitors never see, and I can't wait to show it to you. If you love authentic travel, breathtaking landscapes, and discovering places beyond the ordinary, you're in the right place, because this is only the first chapter. The mountains of Vietnam still have many secrets waiting to be discovered. Until next time, keep exploring.